We're gonna start by cutting our tomatoes, and I just like to slice them in half, but feel free to make them smaller if you'd like to. We're then gonna move on and zebra peel our cucumber. I usually use a Persian or Israeli cucumber, but that's what I had on hand. So we're gonna cut the cucumber in half, and then we're gonna cut it into half moons. We're then going to move on to our red onion, and I like to score about 4 slits into the onion, and then it is very easy to peel it off in a really neat way. And then we're just going to cut our onion in half and cut it in the middle and start to slice it. We're then going to take our pre-made cooked and cold quinoa from the fridge, and then we're going to transfer it to a bowl. We're then going to add drained and washed chickpeas, and we're going to add some Kalamata olives as well. These give a really nice flavor. We're going to add all our chopped veggies, the cucumber, the tomato, the onions. And then we're going to move on and chop some fresh parsley as well. We're going to transfer the parsley to the bowl as well. And now we're ready to make our dressing. We're going to start by adding to our bowl a little bit of olive oil. And then we're going to add some apple cider vinegar as well. We're going to squeeze our lemons, and always fresh lemons. And then we're going to crush some garlic as well. We're going to add some black pepper and pink Himalayan salt to taste, and I also like to add some crushed black pepper as well for texture. And then we're going to add the sweetener of our choice. I'm using a little bit of honey. You can use maple if you'd like. And then we're going to whisk everything very well. And once we see that the dressing is emulsified and very well incorporated, we are ready to add it to our salad bowl. We're going to drizzle everything, and we're going to mix it well, and we're going to check flavors if we're missing some lemon or salt and pepper or sweetener. The salad doesn't need to be sweet, but the honey does give it a nice contrast with all the lemony flavors. This salad is full of plant-based protein, both from the chickpeas and from the quinoa. It is loaded with fiber, and it is extremely delicious and nourishing and filling. I also added a little bit of sprouts just to garnish the salad, and now we're ready to devour it. I plate it, and whatever stays in the bowl I transfer to a Pyrex dish, and I leave it in the fridge for the next day or so. This salad is so colorful. It is very lemony. It is delicious. It has so many nutrients, and it is so easy to whip up together. I hope you're gonna give it a try. We're gonna start by rinsing our quinoa, and preferably if you can soak it for a little bit, that would be ideal. We're gonna put our quinoa into the pot, and then we're gonna put half of the quantity of the liquids as water, and the other half would be our plant milk, which in this case is coconut milk. We're gonna cover the pot. We're gonna place the lid and let it cook over there for maybe 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes on a simmer. While the quinoa is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and prepare our toppings. We're gonna start first of all by peeling and mashing 2 bananas. And surprisingly, we're going to add them into the pot. This step is crucial and it's going to give us a very nice creaminess to the quinoa. We're then going to cut some strawberries. It could be any berries that you love. It could be raspberries, blueberries. And today I'm using strawberries because that's what I have on hand. We're also gonna slice some banana because it's really fun to also have texture of banana when we top our porridge. So to our cooked quinoa, we're going to add our mashed banana, and this is going to bind everything because the quinoa compared to oats does not have any gluten in it. It doesn't have some sort of stickiness or sliminess to bind everything. We're going to mix everything to combine, and we're also going to add some plant milk in order to make it more liquidy. You can add more or less to your liking. It depends how you like the thickness of your porridge. Into our bowls, we're going to add the porridge, and you can add a little bit or a lot. It is really filling, and I'm adding about 2 to 3 scoops from the quinoa, which is about 1 cup of the cooked quinoa. So I'm adding a little bit more of the coconut cream here, and I'm using a cream as opposed to a milk because it is more rich. And to sweeten the porridge, I'm using honey or maple or even coconut sugar. So we're gonna flatten everything, and now we're ready for our first option of topping. And we're gonna add almond butter, which this one happened to be homemade, and I usually make it for Passover as well. And now we're going to top everything with our sliced bananas, and the combination of the bananas and the almond butter is always magical to me. I absolutely love this simple combination. And to give it some crunch, we're adding some sliced almonds. You can also toast them if you would like. And to finish it off, we're adding some honey or maple, and this is ready to be devoured. For the next one, we're going again to make it some more liquidy and more creamy by adding some more coconut cream. We're gonna flatten everything, and this one we're going to garnish with some strawberries. And because it's all about the coconut over here, we're going to garnish it with some shredded coconuts or some other nuts that you like. For the next one, which is my favorite, we're going to add some instant coffee mixed with 1 to 2 tablespoons of water, and we're going to add cacao powder. We're going to mix everything with our coconut cream. We're going to blend the cacao very, very well until it is very well incorporated. We don't want any chunks over here. And we're going to sweeten everything with honey or maple. We're going to make sure that everything is creamy. And now we're ready to add our toppings. So in order to make it very decadent, we are going to add some dark chocolate over here. So I'm just breaking the chocolate just like that. And if the porridge is hot, the chocolate is going to melt into everything, which is absolutely epic. And I like it to make it fancy by also shaving the chocolate into the porridge. And I'm garnishing it off with some coconut and some cashews, which go so nicely over here. They also give a nice crunch and saltiness with the chocolate. It is so delicious. I cannot even say enough. I truly, truly enjoyed this one just because I really love chocolate. It feels so rich and decadent, and it is absolutely delicious and healthy and even good for you. So I hope these porridges were attractive enough to inspire you to give them a try. I know that quinoa is very known more on the savory side, but feel free to experiment and try them out for yourself and for your kids. I hope you're going to give them a try. We're going to begin by measuring our quinoa and transfer it to a pot. To that, we're going to add some water just to get it soaked. I love soaking my quinoa for about half an hour at least, or even an hour or overnight. Moving on to our vegetables, I'm using carrots and I'm using sweet potatoes. You can use either one of them, but I just love the health benefits, so I'm using the both of them, as long as they're orange. So we're gonna peel our vegetables and then we're gonna dice our onion. I love using a big onion because that gives a really nice sweetness to the pot and to the dish. So today I'm using my box grater, but if you don't feel like grating your vegetables, feel free to use your food processor if that has the grating tool. That would save you a lot of time and mess, but today I just use my box grater. So to a pot, we're gonna add a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and we're gonna add our diced onion and our grated vegetables. We're going to season everything with salt just to help the moisture release from all those vegetables. That salt is going to help it really get to a perfect consistency. And we're going to stir the pot many times until we get a really nice texture on those vegetables. We want to get them wilted and we want to get them golden. I'm covering the pot and we're going to repeat this action for a couple of times. Moving on to our soaked quinoa, we are going to wash and drain this quinoa and let it sit for a couple of minutes in the bowl while we continue to stir our pot. After we have reached the consistency that we want from our carrots and from our sweet potatoes, we're going to scrape the bottom of the pot and we're going to add our spice. We're using turmeric as the main spice for this dish. And we're going to make sure that we are mixing everything until the spice is fragrant. Only then we're going to add our soaked and drained quinoa. We're going to mix everything to combine, making sure that the quinoa is really well blended with all those vegetables. We're going to stir the quinoa again and again until everything is well combined, and then we're going to add our water. We're going to season everything with optional nutritional yeast and of course with salt and pepper to taste. A fun fact about black pepper and turmeric is that when you add black pepper to a turmeric dish, the black pepper will activate the curcumin that is found inside the turmeric, and that will give our body all the health benefits the turmeric has to offer. We're gonna boil the pot and let it simmer for about 25 to 30 minutes until the quinoa has absorbed all those liquids and it is now fluffy and amazing and ready to be served. This quinoa is a one pot meal that is absolutely wonderful. It has so many minerals, vitamins, a gorgeous, gorgeous color, and a really delicious aroma and sweetness from the onions, from the sweet potatoes, from the carrots. It has really, really a comforting and so delightful flavor. And it has a really nice amount of plant-based protein, beautiful vitamins and minerals from all those vegetables. And it is a one-pot meal that is also kid friendly. I hope you're gonna give it a try.